Bitch, shut up. Hey guys, it's David, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video. Just because it's very relevant in my life right now, and I feel like I should share it with you guys, I'm going to be sharing a recent experience with y'all. So this past summer, I was thinking of ways that I could occupy myself, because usually summers are really dry and boring, and it always consists with me just sitting at the house with nothing to do. And I told myself, like, David, like, you have to get a job this summer. You've been wanting to get a job for like over a year now. You've applied to so many places, but nobody has responded. When finally my wish came true and I actually received a job from Chipotle, which is one of my favorite restaurants, so I was super excited. I knew this was going to be difficult because this was my first paying job. I had done volunteer things in the past, but nothing really matched the responsibilities and things like that I had to go through while working at Chipotle. Now, I'm going to try to be nice in this video. I'm not going to be biased or anything. I'm just going to tell y'all how it is. Of course, I was excited to get the call that I had got the job, but I was more concerned about, okay, when was my first day going to be? Because it literally took them a month to actually start my job. Like, I had already gotten the job, but my first day didn't start till a month later. But nonetheless, I was just excited to get started, so I tried to make the best of it. The first couple of days of training were insane. You don't really appreciate the food that you eat at a restaurant until you actually have to work for it. All of my friends, family, everybody that I was talking to about my new job was just telling me, David, it'll get easier. And it did. Like, I did get the hang of it. Like, it became more of like a natural second nature thing to me. One little detail that I left out is that my position in the store was a cashier. And if you're thinking about working at Chipotle, especially as a cashier, reconsider. I don't know if people realize like how hard of a job that actually is, like especially as cashier. People that were always critiquing me were usually people that had never been on cash or weren't on cash. I'm just gonna run through what a typical day for me looked like as a cashier. So if I'm opening the restaurant, meaning that I get there around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I come in, then I clock in, and I start making the salsas. As a cashier, I was required to make the hot salsa, medium salsa, sour cream, vinaigrette, which is like a little salad dressing, and I had to bag maybe about 5 or 6 trays of chips, and that all had to be done by around like 10:15, which was when you're supposed to get a 30-minute break. Now, almost every time that I opened, I really never got a break because the work carried into my break time. So of course people were always telling me, David, you need to go a little bit faster. This shouldn't take you that long. Now, if you ask me, it was a bit of an unnecessarily large amount of tasks to do in the time that they gave you, but apparently it was not a good enough excuse for them, so you know, that was one of the issues that I faced. So opening came at 11 o'clock. I'm required to open the doors and put the chairs back on the patio. Then I have to run back to the cash register and serve up the first person. The process of ringing up somebody's food was actually very easy. The actual hard work came when something in the dining room needed attention. You name it, if anything in the dining room needed replaced, cleaned, wiped up, or swept up, I had to take care of it, while simultaneously caring for whatever customer happened to be waiting at the register for me. Now that I look back on it, it really was troubling for me to having to run back and forth, and people always complaining that I either need to keep my dining room clean or stay attentive to the customers in the line. Now, this is just my philosophy when working, but my thought in my brain when I'm working is always keep the customers happy. And instinctively, the best way to do that is to always make sure that people have the best service when they come in, and that you ring up their food correctly, and that you make sure they leave in a good mood. But when it comes down to it, you have to make the customers happy in every aspect, so you can't just deliver good service. You have to make sure the dining room is clean so they have a good place to eat and they don't have to be around all that trash. It's not as if I just didn't care what the dining room looked like. It's that, hey, like, if I'm a cashier, like, I kind of gotta be on the cash register. I'm sorry, but unless somewhere some manager found the perfect employee that was able to keep the customers happy, but at the same time making sure his dining room is always spotless, I would like to find him. Like, can I learn something from him? Is there something I'm not doing? Like, can he teach me something? Please educate me. Like, if I could make a recommendation for, you know, all Chipotles, if this is really how all of them run, there really needs to be, like, a team of cashiers at the restaurant at the same time, like maybe 2 or 3, because while the cashier is serving people, there's gonna be a problem in the dining room that they may not just be able to handle at the time. So there should definitely be, they don't even have to be a cashier, like just have somebody like ready to clean up something if napkins are gone and I'm in the middle of a transaction, like I can't just leave her. Like, can somebody please go get some napkins from the back? Like, it takes about 25 seconds. And some of you might ask me, well, if it doesn't take that long, why don't you just do it? As a cashier, you really don't have countless windows of opportunities to take care of other responsibilities while you're working. Like, it literally just does not work like that. If you're preparing food in the bag, we're not always gonna need to replace the food that's on the line. However, there's always gonna be customers in the line one after the other. So me being at the cash register most of the time, I'm helping you out. But moving on comes the end of my shift, where another cashier will usually just walk in and then with the manager and then tell me like, okay, let's switch drawers. I have to take my drawer out. The person who's replacing me puts their drawer in. I check out and then I go to the back to count my money. Let me just tell you right now, like, counting your drawer is just the most, like, I just fucking hate that process. So when it comes to counting your drawer, you know, being very accurate is always important, of course. And if you're any money off, the computer will give you like it'll put a little X beside the amount of money that you collected during the day. You could be short money, which means that you lost the restaurant that amount of money, or over, which of course means that you gained a little bit more money than you were supposed to. So what mostly caused problems for me was that I was usually short a certain amount of money. $5 was really like the recommended amount of money that you should be over, like no higher than that. But really my goal was to, of course, not lose any money each shift. And you know, the manager did warn me. She basically just said that if you're short too many times, like, you do have the likeliness of being fired. And as you can see, I'm a perfect example of that. So I definitely heeded her word. I took it as a warning. I was like, okay, like, let me get it together because I don't want to lose my first job. So I told myself to slow down while I'm on cash, like, make sure you count the correct amount of money. And I genuinely thought that it would make an improvement, but it turns out that I was actually starting to lose more money than usual, which really surprised me because trust me when I tell you I was really trying. Anybody that tells you otherwise, bye. Yeah, I lost the store money, but you will never find a loyal ass employee like myself. Not even bragging, okay? So coming into my shift actually yesterday, I thought it was just going to be, you know, another regular day. The manager pulls me aside and starts talking to me, and initially, like, I didn't think that I would be fired off the bat. I thought I would be given like an ultimatum, like, this is your last chance, like, clean up your act a little bit. I was really shocked, but I tried to keep it on the inside. Like, I was just like, yes, I understand. This is a very business decision and I appreciate it. I was thinking to myself in my head like, wow, like, they really got rid of me. Okay. I really wasn't trying to sit there for too long and like chat it up with anybody because I just, like, can I go home now? It's not like I was even genuinely mad. Like, of course I was discouraged, but I wasn't like crying my eyes out when I got home. Like, best believe I didn't even let that affect me that much. So after all that nonsense went down, I just got my ass in line, got me some regular price Chipotle. No more employee discount tier. Overall, my experience at Chipotle lasted about a month and 5 days. I did like being a cashier because I definitely got to interact with people a lot, and it was just a really good learning experience. Would I recommend that somebody who's looking for a job there apply there? To be frank with you, no, because it is a very difficult job. It is not for everybody. I knew this coming in. I mean, just because you love the food there does not mean you're going to enjoy the job as much. I mean, who knows, your Chipotle location might be different than mine, but as far as the one I worked at, ooh, I just want to list names so bad because I have so many, but trying to keep it Cool, so everybody who ever thought that I wouldn't make it, because keep in mind that this was a crew decision for me not to work here anymore. When I found that out, I was just like, okay, who's not being real with me? Because everybody always wants to tell me how, oh, you're doing a great job, David. Like, keep it up. I mean, if we're all supposed to be a cohesive unit and all a team and all working towards a common goal, working in the same restaurant, why didn't anybody give me a heads up like, David, like, your manager is thinking about letting you go, so maybe you want to talk to him, like, and make him reconsider his decision. I didn't know we were playing the no-name game. I thought I was working at a Mexican restaurant. Truthfully, if I knew somebody was about to be let go on my team, like, I would at least say something. Like, what are we doing here if we don't give two shits about the next person leaving? All these little friendships that were here before I came along, they're not real. Like, y'all know that if one of y'all leaves, the other is not gonna give a fuck about you. They're just not. It's really sad that we live in a world like that today, but you know, that's just reality apparently. I'm really glad I learned that now instead of out in the real world when I have kids and a family to support. Just know, and you can hear this from any other customer that's ever come into Chipotle, when I was on cash, I always came into work with a good attitude. You would never see me being stank to another customer, disrespecting another customer. I was hands down the cashier with the best attitude, let's be real. I'm really not trying to name names, but a lot of y'all came into work looking dead. Y'all had no emotion on your face, you looked tired, y'all had bags under your eyes, like y'all was looking drowsy. I don't give a fuck if I got shot that same day, I would still come into work with a smile on my face, being nice to every customer that left, making sure that they left in the same mood or an even better mood by the time that they left. You really can't find that in a lot of cashiers. I'm not even being cocky, I'm just saying I have a lot to offer as an employee, so I just wish they would have appreciated that more, but you know, that's whatever. It's another story. It's long gone. I'm not working there anymore. I don't give a fuck. And looking back on it now, I'm not even really trying to victimize myself, but they really kind of took advantage of me a little bit. Like, yeah, I did end up getting the job, but every time that I was told that I would get a call back from the manager, I had to call them. And I mean every time. I mean, I understand people are busy, but like, it really just seemed like they didn't care whether I worked there or not. I don't really care how many employees you have to be somewhat attentive to each one of them, because at the end of the day, they're bringing in your money that you're not able to bring without employees. So, I don't know, I just feel like the more demanding the job is, especially at Chipotle, the less they care about you. This was me when I was asking somebody if they wanted chips or a drink. Hi, how are you doing, ma'am? I'm good, sugar. How about you? Would you like chips or a drink with this? No thank you, I'll just have the bowl. Okay, just one chicken bowl, your total's gonna be $6.84. Okay, here you go. Thank you. Here's your receipt and your card, and you have a great day. Alright, thank you, you too. This is what other people was looking like. Hi, how are you? Would you like chips or a drink with this? No? Just a drink? Okay. Like, put some pep into your work, people. Like, they may not know it, but they're gonna miss me. Like, people are gonna come in like, where's that cute-ass black dude? Oh, he's not working here anymore? I might as well just take my money elsewhere. I was brightening people's days up and shit, like, okay. It's okay, Chipotle. Thank you for my paychecks, and I'll be on to the next job. And I'm like low-key glad too, because I left work every day feeling like depressed. Like, is this what it feels like to live in the real world? Haley Williams was so wrong, because it is not fun living in the real world all by yourself. And it's a Mexican restaurant, so you know, of course, whenever I'm trying to make my salsas, somebody want to play some loud-ass Spanish rap. I hear enough music portraying women as sexual objects in English. Why do I need to hear it in another language? My back hurts, and like, I'm really like about to die making this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know, like, all and share, all that down below. Would you like chips or a drink with this? No? Okay. Here you go. Oh no, wait, it's for here. I don't know why you're putting it in a bag. Well, bitch, why didn't you tell me that before I already put it in the damn bag? Oh, it's still rolling, shockingly. Really hope that this camera angle isn't like off. But wow, lost train of thought. If you would like to see even more of me, I do videos every single Friday, so please make sure to subscribe also. No, bitch, I don't want chips or drink with that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this gay made your day.
Take me down into your paradise. Don't be scared.